His name's Nelson Moss. Everyone calls him Dadda. And he's the father of Iris and May and Ruby and Billy Moss. He's a widower. His wife died 4 or 5 years ago. And he's from Ballymena in County Antrim. And he's an orangeman. He's a very rural, working class man. He's a strict disciplinarian, and his heart's too big for his body, so he's aggressive and short-tempered, and he's very quick to show any kind of emotion. Well, yeah, I mean, at that point, that's when Michael Collins was coming across to negotiate with Lloyd George, and when the Belfast pogroms went on, and there was a lot of immigration to Liverpool because it was a major port. And the First World War had just finished, so there was a whole generation of men wiped out. So it's a very interesting time. Yeah, I mean, I had to do a lot of work on it, but one of the problems was that a Ballymena accent, they sound more Scottish than the accent I'm doing. And if I did the actual accent, people would say I was doing bad acting, you know, or I hadn't done my research. But when I went there, I was astonished at how Scottish they sounded. So I tried to do a kind of hybrid accent. Well, I certainly find it a very Celtic city, Liverpool, and I feel comfortable here. The people are great. I mean, I think they get a rough ride in England because I don't think they're understood, so they'll kind of put them into little stereotypical boxes. But they're a great bunch of people here. The problem is that most period dramas are some unrealistic romance where people can't express their emotions, and society doesn't allow the young woman nearly always to marry the man she loves. It's the same story with, you know, different character names, Lord Rochester and all that crap. So that's what doesn't appeal, I think, to a lot of men about them. They're Bills and Moon romances dressed up as literature, you know. Um, but but this one's different because the writer, Heidi Thomas, it's her family's background and history, and therefore there is a lot of stuff that is in period dramas that we're used to, but there's also a dark bite to it, as there was in that life, because there was no welfare state, and people got thrown out of their homes and made homeless all the time, and so they're struggling very hard to survive. So everything's very kind of immediate and spontaneous and visceral. Because they won't have seen anything like it before. Um, because the mixture of these four young adults kind of blossoming, and that period, and the lack of cliched sentimentality within it. Um, I mean, just because of when people talk about looking at the past with rose-tinted glasses, I don't think people do, you know, of that era. Um, and I think they'll relate to it because they know the hardships they went through. And I think everybody can relate to it because it's about a family.